Hello students, my name is Kumari Neha. I hope you are doing well at home, and today from Bharatidasan Matriculation Higher Secondary School, we are going to learn about the chapter from 7th standard, that is chemistry, and the lesson name is physical and chemical changes. So before going into the chapter, we should know what are all things we are going to study in this chapter, right? So in this chapter, we are going to study about what are physical and what are chemical changes in details. After that, we are going to see what are the examples related to physical and chemical changes. And last, we are going to see here that how chemical and physical changes are different from each other, right? So let's go to the chapter. So first, we are going to see what are the physical properties, why a particular thing is called as a physical change or a chemical change. So physical change, normally you will get to know that what is a physical change. Anything which changes its some or the other kind of property, but its molecular composition does not change, it's called a physical change. So here you can see that, now here when you are seeing that a physical property can be absorbed or measured without changing the composition of the matter. For example, here if I take H2O, and if I heat H2O, it will get converted into H2 plus O2, right? Now when this we are doing it, that time here also in starting H2O is there, right? It's hydrogen and oxygen. Same way later on also we are getting what? We are getting the same molecules, that is hydrogen molecule and oxygen molecules. That is why this is known as a physical change. Same way, states of matter will get changed, that is a liquid will get converted into solid or solid will get converted into liquid back again, and these types of reaction are called physical changes. Then appearance of a particular object can be changed. Same way I said that whenever a particular object is heated, it absorbs heat. For example, when I am taking zinc oxide is normally white in color, okay students? Now this white in color oxide, when I heat it, it becomes yellow color. Now this yellow color, when I again cool it, it will convert back to oxygen, that is zinc oxide, which is white in color again. So here the change, the appearance, that is color is being differed, right? Last is texture. Texture is solid to liquid. Like solid, you can feel the solid from all the direction, right? This solid, for example ice. Now same way, if ice gets converted into water bag, then the texture will change, right? And here smell of the things can also be checked. And last is density. So when the states of matter is getting converted, it will get converted into solid to liquid, liquid to gas, and reversible reactions. So here the density will also vary, right? Now let's see the next thing. So in the next thing here we can see that in a physical change what normally happens and what is the correct definition of physical changes. So in physical changes, here you can see that a physical change is a type of change in which the form of the matter is altered. The form of the matter is altered, but one substance does not change into a new substance, that is into another substance is not formed. So for example, I told you as water, solid water and liquid water are same, but still they did not change the composition. Hydrogen and water in the first one and hydrogen and water in the second forms are hydrogen clearly same, right? Now about the energy and the states of matter, sometimes when the state of matter is changing due to the absorption or release of heat energy, these states of changes are possible, right? And here you can see the examples, that is chopping of wood, melting of ice and tearing of paper. Now ice, when it gets melted, it is still the water, it is still H2O. Paper, after tearing it also, you will see the paper size is reduced, but you will not see whether there is any change in the composition of the paper, right? Same way, chopping of wood. Now wood, when you are cutting the wood, that time the pieces will get smaller, but you will not see any difference in the composition. Composition is after cutting also wood remains as wood, right? Now after this, let's come to these changes. What generally happens whenever a physical change is taking place. Okay, so whenever a physical change is taking place, here you will see that change in state of matter. So change in state of matters, the three matters interchanging is called change of state. Same way, the second one is changing in the color. So changing in the color, I gave you an example. So here example I gave is zinc oxide. When it is heated, it gets converted into yellow color. Same way, when that yellow color is cooled down, the zinc oxide will get converted back into the white color zinc oxide. Change in temperature. So change in temperature is also a particular object or particular thing which is applicable in change of states. Fifth one is change in the shape. So now example, I am taking a plastic. Now when I try to melt that plastic, it will change the shape as liquid, right? Same way as ice. When ice, I am heating it, it's changing the shape, it's changing the format, right? But the water remains as water. And the last one is texture. Texture is whether the object is smooth or it is very rough. So there is also a change in matter. Okay. So Priyanka, you just tell me what are all things we have discussed till now. So yeah, so here we have discussed about the physical properties and what are the changes involved in a physical reactions, right? Now let's come to the chemical reactions. So in chemical reactions, you can see that first you just observe what is there in this diagram. So Rakshana, in this first diagram, what you can see? Yeah, in the first diagram you can see that there is a car which is having some watery color, right? Brown powdery thing. So that brown powdery is called what? It's called rust. What it's called? It's called R-U-S-T. It's called rust. So rust is a property of a chemical change. Now why I am calling it as a chemical change? Because now after getting rusted, I cannot convert back this rust into the first metal, right? Now this became a metal oxide because of the absorption of oxygen and moisture in the air. Same way below you can see that wood is getting fired. So this here I can say that it's becoming ashes. So what it's becoming? A-S-H. It's becoming an ash. Now this ash I cannot convert it back into the wood. So that is why also I am calling it as a chemical change. So here chemical change is related to the substance ability to undergo changes that transform into a different substance. That is, in a chemical change always a new product will be formed. So the best example which I am giving in chemical changes is all the things which are happening naturally. For example, changing of seasons, or you can call it as drying of leaves. Every particular thing is an example of chemical changes. Same way here you can see the rustability. Here I told, right, rusting. So this is also process is called as rusting or rustability of a metal. Same way here flammability. Flammability is how fast an object can get heated, right? So after this, now let's go to the different properties in the chemical changes. So students, now let's see what is the chemical changes and the properties involved in that side. So the definition of chemical change is a chemical change is a type of change which produces a new object or a new substance. For example, when here you can see the example. See, the cooking of egg. So when you are cooking the egg, first it's raw egg, right? After cooking it into an omelette, or you can call it as sunny side up, this name is what? Sunny side up. So when this is cooked, this cannot be converted back into the it cannot be converted back into the raw egg. So this is an example of chemical change. Same way here you can see the fireworks. So fireworks, they are using one chemical in that, right? So whenever you take a cracker and just open the cracker, that time you can see some grayish cyanide something. It will be very bad in smell. So that is a type of chemical which is helping the cracker to burn with so much flame. So once this flame is been coming out, after that you cannot get back that flame again. So that is also a chemical change, right? So here one more example is there, burning of wood and the firework and the rusting of nail. So previously I told the rusting of car. So here also it's rusting of nail or any kind of process where it cannot be convertible, it cannot be got back to the same or initial substance, right. So now let's see what really happens whenever you are taking a chemical changes. So what are the signs of chemical changes? Like how you can say that this object is going or undergoing a type of chemical change. So first is change in the color. So this is what? This is Statue of Liberty. So Statue of Liberty, previously it was white in color, but later on due to the pollution and the other oxides or different kind of particles, it got accumulated over that. That is why now when we are seeing the Statue of Liberty, you will see it's little greenish type. So what is the main thing or main reason behind that? The green copper changes into green, that is why it's looking as green, and previously it was whitish in color. Same way, second, change in odor. Odor means smell. Okay, so when your mother is cooking food and she keeps the food aside for 2-3 days and she doesn't use it or you don't eat it, after some time there will be a bad smell, right. So that bad smell shows that your food has been spoiled and this food cannot be converted back again. Same way, warming or cooling. The example I can take as matchstick. So when I am taking a matchstick and I lighten it, that time the ash or the wood in the matchstick will whole get converted back into the heat. So this ash I cannot get it back. Fourth is formation of bubbles. So bubbles you all know, right? What is bubbles? Bubble is a type of gases which you people love it. So here the reaction is when the carbon dioxide gas is liberated out, when calcium sulfate or calcium carbonate, in that you put little vinegar. Now you will see some bubbles are coming, right? So that is also an example of a chemical change. Formation of precipitate. So precipitate is what? Precipitate is a type of formation of a curdy thing that will be little semi-solid. Semi-solid means it not will be liquid or it will not be completely a solid. It will be a mixture of both. And last property is release of heat. So release of heat, it can be of any types, right. So now let's come to the difference between these properties. So finally now we are going to discuss about the difference in these reactions, right. So physical change is a change where no new substance is formed. So that is the main key word in that, okay. No new substance will be formed. No new substance is formed. Same way in a chemical reaction, always one or more new substances are formed, right. Now see what are the difference between them, right. So first is a chemical change or a physical change is a type of change which will happen only physically. So physically what are the changes? It can be smell, it can be texture, it can be color. Same way here when we are seeing a chemical property change can be there, that is liberation of heat or absorption of heat. Second property in this is it's a reversible reaction. Reversible means from initial to product and from product to the initial or the first thing you can get back again, right. For example, ice. Now when ice gets melted, it will get converted into liquid water. Now this liquid water, if you heat it or if you are cooling it, that time after cooling it gets converted back into the solid form, that is the ice. So this is reversible reaction. Same way here when we are taking in chemical changes is a irreversible reaction. Irreversible means it cannot be changed back. That is when I took the example of an egg. Now this egg, after getting boiled or after getting it to an omelette, you cannot change it back, right. So that is why it's called a reversible or irreversible, non-reversible reactions. Now third one, the composition of the matter does not change in a physical change. That is, water remains as water even if it is in ice or it is in a water state, right. Here the composition of a metal or an element will entirely change. It will not remain as the previous one, right. Come to the fourth. Here you don't need more amount of energy, but in a chemical change you will always require the absorption of energy or the liberation of energy. And the final here you can see that what is the example. So here I have taken the most common example, that is freezing of water. So when the water is getting frozen, it gets converted back into the solid again. Same way here, when I am taking egg, after cooking the egg, you cannot get back the original raw egg, right students? So students, I hope you have understood whatever we have discussed about in this lesson. So study this lesson properly, and what are all things which I have attached back, just go through the study material, question bank, and even the self-assessment. Self-assessment will tell you how much you have understood the lesson. So students, I hope you love the class. Stay home, stay safe. Bye bye.